My fiancée rolled her eyes and said, "They were just teasing you. Learn to take a joke." A few people laughed. I didn't look at anyone. All right. I stepped outside without my jacket. Later that night, she realized a decision had been made without her ever being part of it. I'm 30, and I thought I'd found someone who had my back. My fiancée and I had been together for almost 4 years, engaged for 8 months. We met through a running club, both training for a marathon, and bonded over our competitive streaks and shared sense of humor. Or what I thought was a shared sense of humor. The problem started subtle. Her friends were a tight group from college, 7 people who'd known each other for over a decade. I was the outsider, the new addition to their established dynamic. I tried to fit in, laughed at their inside jokes even when I didn't get them, nodded along to stories I hadn't been part of. For the most part, they were fine. A little cliquish, but nothing I couldn't handle. Except for 2 of them. Her best friend from freshman year, and the best friend's husband. They had this thing where they'd make cutting remarks disguised as jokes. Little digs about my job, my appearance, my hobbies. My fiancée would laugh along, and when I'd bring it up later, she'd say I was being too sensitive. "They're like that with everyone," she'd say. "It's just their humor. You'll get used to it." I didn't get used to it. I just got better at hiding how much it bothered me. Last month, we hosted a dinner party at our apartment. Her entire friend group, 8 people including us, crowded around our dining table. I'd spent the afternoon cooking, made a nice meal, set everything up. I was actually proud of how it turned out. We were halfway through dinner when her best friend's husband started in on me. "So, still at the same company? Thought you'd have moved up by now." I kept my tone light. "Still there. It's a good position." "For how long though?" 3 years in the same role. "That's not exactly climbing the ladder." My fiancé jumped in, but not to defend me. "He likes stability. Not everyone needs to job hop every 6 months like you." The table laughed. It wasn't a compliment. "Hey, at least I'm progressing." He shot back. "Some of us are ambitious." "I'm doing fine," I said, still trying to keep it casual. "Fine. That's the word, isn't it? Fine." He looked around the table for validation. "That's what you want on your tombstone." He was fine. More laughter. My fiancée was smiling, shaking her head like this was all good fun. I set my fork down carefully. "Can we talk about something else?" Her best friend chimed in. "Oh, he's sensitive tonight." "What happened?" "Rough day at your fine job." "I'm not sensitive. I'd just rather not spend my evening being insulted in my own home." "Insulted?" The husband leaned back, hands up and mocked surrender. "Bro, we're just talking. If you can't handle a little ribbing, maybe you need thicker skin. Maybe you need better material than making fun of someone's career." The table went quiet. My fiancée was looking at me with this expression I'd seen before, like I was embarrassing her by not playing along. "It's just jokes," she said, her voice tight. "Jokes are supposed to be funny." "They are funny. You're just being." "What? What am I being?" "Difficult." "You're being difficult." Her best friend's husband laughed. "See? Even she knows you're overreacting." I looked at my fiancée. Really looked at her. Waiting for her to say something, anything, that would indicate she was on my side. That she understood why this wasn't okay. She rolled her eyes. "They were just teasing you. Learn to take a joke." A few people laughed. Nervous laughter, but laughter nonetheless. I didn't look at anyone. Just pushed my chair back and stood up. "All right." I walked to the door, grabbed my keys, stepped outside without my jacket. It was cold. Early spring cold where the wind cuts through your shirt. I didn't care. I walked to my car, got in, and drove. I didn't have a destination in mind. Just drove around for an hour, letting my mind process what had just happened. My fiancé had chosen their approval over my dignity. In front of everyone. In our home. I ended up at a 24-hour diner, ordered coffee I didn't drink, and sat in a booth thinking about every other time she'd done this. Every other time she'd laughed when they made fun of me. Every time she'd told me I was too sensitive instead of telling them to stop. Around 11 p.m., my phone started buzzing. Text from her. Where are you? Everyone's leaving. This is embarrassing. You can't just walk out of your own dinner party. Call me. I didn't respond. Turned my phone face down and stared out the window. By midnight, the texts changed tone. I'm worried. Please just let me know you're okay. This isn't funny anymore. You're scaring me. I texted back. I'm fine. Need time to think. Think about what? You completely overreacted. I put my phone away and ordered a piece of pie I also didn't eat. I got home around 1 a.m. The apartment was dark except for the living room lamp. She was on the couch. Waiting. Arms crossed. Where have you been? Out. Out where? For 3 hours. Does it matter? Yes, it matters. You embarrassed me in front of my friends. I set my keys down slowly. I embarrassed you. You stormed out of our dinner party because you couldn't take a joke. Do you know what they said after you left? I can imagine. They think you're controlling. That I can't even have friends over without you making a scene. That's what they think. Yes. And what do you think? She hesitated. I think you made things weird when they didn't need to be. They spent the evening mocking me. In my home. At a dinner I cooked. And when I asked for it to stop, you took their side. I didn't take anyone's side. You told me to learn to take a joke. Because it was a joke. You're acting like they attacked you. They did attack me. And you let them. Oh my God. You're so dramatic. This is exactly what they're talking about. You can't handle normal social interaction. I looked at her for a long moment. Really looked at her. Saw someone who valued her friend's entertainment more than my respect. I'm going to bed. I said. That's it. That's all you have to say. For tonight, yes. I went to the bedroom. Closed the door. And lay there staring at the ceiling until sunrise. Update 1 the next morning, I woke up before her. Made coffee. Sat at the kitchen table. And wrote out everything I was feeling. Not for her. Just for me. To organize my thoughts. By the time she came out of the bedroom around 9 a.m., I'd made a decision. We need to talk. I said. She poured coffee. Didn't look at me. If this is about last night. It is. I'm not apologizing. You embarrassed me. I'm not asking you to apologize. She finally looked up. Then what? I think we should postpone the wedding. The coffee mug stopped halfway to her mouth. What? I need time to think about whether this is the relationship I want. You're breaking up with me because of one dinner party. I'm not breaking up with you. I'm saying I need space to figure out if we're compatible. We've been together 4 years. And for how much of that time have your friends treated me like garbage while you watched? They don't treat you like garbage. They mock me constantly. And you excuse it every single time. Because it's not a big deal. It is to me. She set the mug down hard. This is insane. You're throwing away for years because you can't handle some teasing. I'm pumping the brakes because my partner doesn't defend me when I'm being disrespected. I'm not going to police my friends. I'm not asking you to police anyone. I'm asking you to have my back. I do have your back. When? Show me one time in the last year where you've stood up for me when they went after me. She couldn't. Just stood there. Mouth opening and closing. Searching for an example that didn't exist. That's what I thought. I said. So what now? You want to cancel the wedding? Tell everyone we're having problems. I want to postpone it. Tell people we're taking time to work through some issues. They'll know it's because of last night. And And they'll think I did something wrong. Maybe you did. Her face went red. I can't believe you're doing this. I can't believe it took me this long to do it. She grabbed her purse and keys. I'm going to stay with my best friend. Call me when you're ready to be reasonable. Don't hold your breath. She slammed the door on her way out. I sat in the silence of the apartment, drinking my coffee, feeling the weight lift off my shoulders. Update 2. She stayed with her best friend for 3 days. Sent me texts alternating between angry and conciliatory. I responded to the logistical ones. Ignored the emotional manipulation. On day 4, her mother called me. What's going on? She says you're postponing the wedding. We're having some issues we need to work through. What kind of issues? Relationship issues. I'd rather not get into details. She's devastated. Says you're being unreasonable. I'm sure that's her version. What's your version? I hesitated. Then figured her mother deserved honesty. Her friends disrespect me regularly. She doesn't just allow it. She participates in it. When I asked her to stop, she told me I was too sensitive. I need time to figure out if I can marry someone who won't defend me. Silence on the other end. Then, I've noticed that too. What? The way they treat you. I've mentioned it to her before. She said you were fine with it. I'm not fine with it. I've never been fine with it. Then you're doing the right thing. Don't let her manipulate you into backing down. Thank you. She's my daughter and I love her. But she learned this behavior from her father and it destroyed our marriage. Don't make my mistake of tolerating it for years. After we hung up, I felt validated in a way I hadn't expected. Her own mother saw the problem. That evening, my fiancée came home. Let herself in with her key. Found me making dinner. I've been thinking. She said no greeting. Okay. Maybe I could talk to them. Tell them to ease up on the jokes. That's not enough. What do you mean that's not enough? You wanted me to do something. I'm offering to do something. I wanted you to have done something months ago. Without me having to beg for basic respect. So this is punishment. You're punishing me. I'm protecting myself. There's a difference. From what? From my friends. From a relationship where I'm the acceptable target. She started crying. I don't want to lose you. Then you should have thought about that before you chose their approval over my dignity. It wasn't like that. It was exactly like that. In front of everyone. In our home. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'll fix it. You can't fix years of behavior with an apology. So that's it. We're done. I don't know yet. That's why I need space. How much space? I don't know that either. She wiped her eyes. This isn't fair. Neither is spending 4 years feeling small in my own relationship. She left again that night. This time she took more clothes. Update 3. 2 weeks passed. We texted occasionally about logistics. About the apartment. About bills. Nothing personal. I used the time to really think about what I wanted. I talked to friends I'd neglected while trying to fit into her social circle. Got perspective from people who'd known me longer than she had. They all said the same thing. I'd changed since we'd gotten together. Become quieter. Less confident. More apologetic. I hadn't noticed until they pointed it out. I also talked to a therapist, something I'd been putting off. She asked me to describe my relationship dynamic. When I finished, she said something that hit hard. It sounds like you've been working very hard to make yourself smaller so she can stay comfortable. That was it exactly. 3 weeks after the dinner party, my fiancée texted asking if we could meet. I agreed to coffee at a neutral location. She looked tired when she walked in. Sat across from me and immediately started talking. I talked to my friends. Told them they needed to stop making fun of you. What did they say? They said they didn't realize it bothered you. That you always laughed along. Because that's what you told me to do. I know. I was wrong. I should have stood up for you. Yes, you should have. So can we move past this? Start over. It's not that simple. Why not? I apologized. I talked to them. What else do you want? I want to know that you'll prioritize our relationship over their opinions. I will. I don't believe you. Her face crumpled. What can I do to make you believe me? I don't know if there's anything you can do. The trust is broken. So we're done. 4 years. And we're just done. I didn't say that. But I'm not sure we can fix this. I love you. I know. But love isn't enough when respect is missing. We sat in silence for a while. She was crying quietly. I felt bad. But I also felt clear-headed in a way I hadn't in years. I need more time. I said finally. How much more? I don't know. But I know I'm not ready to plan a wedding with you. Are we still engaged? I looked at the ring on her finger. Thought about what it represented. A promise to build a life together. To protect each other. To be on the same team. I don't know. I said honestly. She took the ring off. Set it on the table between us. I don't want to wear this while you're deciding if you want to marry me. That's fair. This is really happening. Yeah. It is. She left the ring on the table when she walked out. I sat there for another hour, staring at it. Before finally putting it in my pocket. Final update. It's been 2 months since the dinner party. The ring is in my sock drawer. We're officially broken up, though we haven't made it public yet. She moved back in with her parents. I kept the apartment. Her friends have been texting me. Trying to apologize. Trying to explain. I haven't responded. The husband who made the career comment sent a long message about how he was just busting balls and didn't mean anything by it. I deleted it without finishing. My ex-fiancée texts every few days. Sometimes apologetic. Sometimes angry. Sometimes just sad. I respond minimally. I'm not trying to hurt her. I'm just done. I've started running again. Training for another marathon. Reconnected with old friends. Picked up hobbies I'd dropped. Started feeling like myself again. Last week, her mother called to check on me. Said her daughter was struggling, but she understood why I made the choice I did. Told me she hoped I'd find someone who treated me better. That conversation meant more than any apology from my ex ever could. I don't know if I'll ever put that ring back on her finger. Right now, I don't want to. Right now, I'm learning to take up space again without apologizing for it. She wanted me to learn to take a joke. Instead, I learned to take myself seriously. To value my own dignity over someone else's comfort. Turns out that was the lesson I needed all along. Edit. People keep asking if I think I overreacted. I've thought about that a lot. Maybe walking out without my jacket was dramatic. But the point stands. I'd spent years swallowing my feelings to keep the peace. One dramatic exit doesn't erase years of me being the reasonable one while everyone else got to be cruel. Edit 2. For those saying I should have communicated better earlier on, you're right. I should have. But I did communicate. Multiple times. In private. It didn't change anything. Sometimes people don't hear you until you stop talking altogether.